All right, welcome back to Lost for Words with Lori. It is December the 6th. It is just past midnight. And yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've talked to all you guys and wanted to say hello and see how everything's going. Gosh, it's been crazy busy. December is amongst us. My God, time flies when you're crazy and doing your thing and trying to figure out your life, right? So thought I'd give you guys all a quick update. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. It's not a major podcast kind of thing, but it's just kind of an update so you guys all know what's going on in Lori's world, because, you know, that's how the Lori do, right? So first of all, I want to give some thank yous to the people that are very amazing and important in my world, not just here on Talk Success Pool Land and on the interwebs and on YouTube and on Facebook and that kind of thing, but you know, my first world, my lovely, amazing young one, Cheyenne, who is my daughter. You all know, well, some of you anyway. If you're new here, thank you for listening to me drivel on and on, because that's what I do here. It's not a video thing, it's a podcast, and I do me, and I say what I want, and that's what you see is what you get around here. But my daughter Cheyenne came down to stay with me about a month and a half ago, actually, when we found out that my fiance had COVID and was going into the hospital. And she took it upon herself to drop everything in her first world, 1,200 miles away, and come spend time with her mom. And, you know, she's an adult and she has a life, and she realized that her mom needed her, and she came to offer her presence, which was pretty amazing. So the biggest thank you, because without her here, I can't guarantee you that I would be where I'm at, which is okay to not be okay, and that's okay, right? So a huge thank you to my young one, who is my sunshine and has really given me the ability to survive through a pretty monumental, tough time in my life. So thank you to her. The second thank you would be to those people in my world who have gone through this journey with me in the last month, and it's been a pretty horrible but also eye-opening experience, and that would be our friend and brother man Sam Jr., who got sick at the same time that Toby did, and has gone through some monumentally terrible things, but has proven that humans are very resilient and can go through some really crazy things that would put most people either crazy or unalive, due to the fact that most people shouldn't have to suffer these kinds of things. And it's terrible. And he has become a brother to me in ways that most people don't understand when you experience loss and pain and trauma together, and come through that. And I'm proud of him, and he's been a good friend and a confidant to me through all of this. And him and Toby they connected and became friends over a really crazy experience, and I couldn't be more grateful for his friendship, and for listening to me and being a part of our world, and being a friend to me and my daughter and my family through all of this. So thank you, Sam. You are always welcome here, and always have a place in our family. And you mean a lot to us. And speaking of people who've overcome adversity, in the Wolf Pack and Wolf and Hound, who have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt their love and respect for me and my family and for Toby, and being there for us and allowing me to continue this journey with them. Thank you isn't enough, and I don't even have words for you guys, for all that you've done and continue to do for us. So thank you. And to Fox, Brandy, my sister from another mister, I have no words. I love you and thank you. And to all the people who have been here to support me in my journey, which has not been an easy one, my thanks for all of your support and your love. It means everything to me. If you are new here, my journey has been pretty crazy, and you'll probably go back and look at, and maybe you won't, but listen to some of my journey over the last month and a half and how difficult it's been, and maybe read between the lines and maybe not, and you may not care about any of that, and that's okay too. But it's been tough, and I've lost a lot, and I'm trying to use this platform as a place for me to heal and maybe inspire some of you to heal as well. And my journey is not over, and I have a lot to do, and I don't know what that path will take me, but I'm hoping it helps myself and maybe some of you too. And I think that speaks volumes for what happened when, Toby was taken from me. And we had a vision of what our life was going to be, and now I'm taking a different path with that. So my podcast direction and what I want to do with that is pretty much the update I wanted to give you, because you knew that I rebranded our music platform because that was what we did, and I don't have that anymore. So I want to do something. I can't just sit around here and twiddle my thumbs and pick my nose, and I needed to find something to do. And so, I used to be a writer, and I used to write music reviews and do updates and that kind of stuff for music. And, music right now is a healing thing for me. It's not something I want to do professionally anymore. So, I figured I would use this podcast opportunity to help me heal, and I can help you guys too. So, I've met some really neat, amazing people through, Toby's paranormal thing, and I've made a new community of friends, which has been really wonderful, and it's been very healing for me, and it's been a great platform for me to make friends, which, if you hear my daughter tell it, I need friends, which is kind of ironic and funny all at the same time. But through that, I've met some really amazing people who are also dealing with a lot of things that I'm dealing with, which is really kind of inspiring and very cool. So one of the people that I've met is overseas and is dealing with their own issues, and we've been able to brainstorm and talk about some of the issues just in our friendship about grief and about all sorts of other great, amazing topics, and we've come up with some really great ideas for some podcasts that give us a platform to speak our truth and talk about grief and feelings and emotions and all the things that might be able to help some people. So, you guys knew that was what I was trying to do with my platform and my loss for words, which is ironic tongue-in-cheek about, not having anything to say, but having everything to say. And so I'm hoping to use that, and I'm very excited about the direction I'm taking with it, and hopefully, maybe being able to have a platform, a live stream at some point where we can sit around and openly discuss in a safe place about, what grief looks like for us and other topics as well. I mean, we all have things that can help us all grow and bond over common shared experiences, and I think it's a really great thing. So, it's just something to think about, something to talk about. I hope if you have any ideas on that subject, definitely drop them in the comments. I think that's what we're supposed to do here on YouTube World. And give me your ideas. I'm always interested in hearing about them. What we used to do, Toby and I, on our music platform is when we did podcasts, is we'd invite music people to come and weigh in on subjects. And it was a concept that we really enjoyed doing and talking about relevant subjects as they related to music. And I'd like to do that with our podcast, is be able to talk to people who are experiencing one-on-one or two-on-one or, three people, and we can do that in live streams, and we can do that in podcasts where we just talk and record it audio and have discussions about, relevant subjects and how we all relate and deal with them and have really good dialogue. And it might help other people to go, hey, you know what, I'm not alone, and I lost my father, or I lost my sister, or I lost a child, or I lost my husband to COVID, which is where I'm sitting right now, and would love to talk to people who also have experienced that. And how did you cope with that? Maybe somebody lost their husband to another tragedy or a heart attack or cancer 10 years ago, and they can give me some insight that'll help me deal with my grief and anger that I never thought of before, and can sympathize or empathize with how I'm feeling. And it might be really good for a lot of people who don't know how to handle that kind of grief. And, granted, I have therapy, but a lot of people don't get that in their life. So it's a good way to have a support group, really, for people who need a place to talk in a safe space where, you develop those communities. So that's kind of my idea for that. What I'm kind of doing with my friends in the paranormal world as an extension of Toby's wishes and what he was going for is just to advise people and help them grow and help them with my own experiences, how, they can learn things in their first world to become better paranormal investigators. I'm not a paranormal investigator, but I am empathic to humans, to real life people, and I have feelings and emotions too, and I have experiences that can help other people navigate life. And I mean, granted, my friends who are paranormal investigators have a lot on their plate, and they need to learn about communicating with real humans and how to deal with the loss of things, or how to make friends and how to be a good human and all that kind of shit too, so why not enjoy watching my friends succeed and giving them good advice and being a good friend to them too. So I've kind of taken on that role with my friends because I'm lonely and I need friends too, and I have experience and wisdom that I can offer to the younger kids or these other people who have the same goals that I do. They want to be friends and be a part of something bigger than themselves. And we do kind of joke around and call ourselves the Island of Misfit Toys, but we kind of are. And we all have an experience and a story to tell, and we want to be a part of a community that loves us and cares about us and supports us. And it's not going to come without mistakes, and it's not going to come without a little bit of pain and tears. But if we all work together, we can make it a fun place and inclusive, but not exclusive, and foster that community that everybody's been trying so hard to accomplish. So, why not? Why not give it a go, and make the best run of it and try to learn from the mistakes and learn from the pain and learn from the drama that's been going on around us. And I don't see why that's not a attainable goal, if we all work really hard on it. And again, I get really tired of people still running around and playing Drama King, Queen, Clout Goblin, all the bullshit that I've been doing podcasts on for the last month, and saying that we can't change it, and we can. I think the problem is that everybody wants the result. Nobody wants to put in the hard work. Well, guys, I want to put in the hard work. Let's do it. Why is everybody still being lazy and trying to ride other people's coattails and not do any hard work? So, that's kind of those are my thoughts. You know me. Midnight thoughts. Lost for words. Lori's bitching again. But what's up? What's next? What's coming up for me? I'm working remotely. My young one is heading back home after making sure that mom's okay, which I'm not okay, but I'm gonna be okay at some point. I've got a great support system in my first world. I've got friends here in person, and my friends are not all on social media. It's a really important thing I need to point out to everybody is that you watch me on a live stream and you see me laughing and having a good time, and that's fine. You can go ahead and judge it all you want. I'm not happy 24 hours a day. I'm not laughing all the time. But I'm enjoying the time that I have with my friends in public. But you don't see me at 2 a.m. when I'm sad and I'm lonely and I'm missing Toby and I'm feeling scared and I have emotions. You don't see that part of me because I'm choosing to not share those things with you. And that's okay. So you can judge what you want and you can think what you want. The reality of the situation is that my entire personal life does not have to be a part of Talk Successful World, and I don't have to address it with all y'all, and I don't have to justify it with anybody. It's not what I choose to make public, and what I'm choosing to make public is I want to have fun with my friends on a live stream, and I want to help people succeed, and I want to be a good human, and I make mistakes like everyone else. And my channel is my channel, and your channel is your channel. And if you want to be a douchebag and cause drama, I'm going to call you out on your shit, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to apologize. And we can all be friends and sing Kumbaya, or you can all drag yourselves through the mud and make yourselves look foolish and be assholes. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. If I shut down my YouTube channel and I disappear, in a month it isn't going to matter. I'm perfectly okay with that, and I don't care. And neither should you. If your social media presence is more important than being a good human and having a good life, then and that's your goal, is to shit on people and be the next big thing, then good on you. But don't bother coming into my world and trying to fuck things up for me, because I just don't give two fucks about it, and it isn't my world. And if you can either sit at the table with the adults and drink wine and have a good conversation and feel good about yourself at the end of the day, or you can eat macaroni and cheese at the kids' table and act like a child and throw tantrums and throw juice boxes at each other. But at the end of the day, you're gonna get your butt spanked and put to bed, because I don't have time for that. I'm an adult, and frankly, I don't have time for playground games. I just don't. So that's kind of what's coming for me. You know where to find me. I'm here. I have a presence here. I'm not going anywhere, regardless if you want to troll me and try to victimize me and abuse me. I don't have time for that. It doesn't serve me. I'll be your best friend. If you want to be friends with me, be friends with me. If you don't, then don't. You can unblock, or you can block me, you can unfollow me, you can not watch, listen, talk to me, you can say whatever you want about me. At the end of the day, that is your choice. But that's a choice you make, and I do nice things for the people I care about. If you're a good human and you care about me, then I will bend over backwards to the ends of the earth to prove that to you. But if you fuck with me, I don't make time for that. I just don't. I don't have time for it. I have time for people who love me and care about me and respect me, and are honest with me, and I will give it right back to you 1,000 times. But if not, then go sit at the kids' table. Macaroni and cheese on me. I don't have time for it. I'm over it. So you know where you can find me. I am on Twitter at @do_maiden. I do have a Twitter, Lost for Words, which is connected to this podcast. It is unfortunately locked down pretty hard, so you can request me there, and I will do my due diligence to make sure that you are not a troll, because if you are, you will be bounced. That will change eventually over time, but that is definitely for this channel. So you can also find me there, but I cannot guarantee a follow there in the immediate, and there are reasons behind that, which, if you know who I am, you know why. And that's just because I really don't have time to maintain 2 Twitters right now with everything else going on in my first world. So the easiest way to get a hold of me is @do_maiden on Twitter. Facebook is not a place to find me, because Facebook is first world, and I don't invite professional stuff there. So you have to know me pretty damn well and be part of my first world inner circle to be allowed there. Sorry, not sorry. But that's just the way it works. So yeah, nah. But yeah, so the best place would be there on Twitter, or you can comment here if you like. You don't have to. You know, I'm not asking for subs. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm not really trying to build a channel. Should you choose to support me, definitely check out the About and see why you're supporting me. I'm not going to elaborate on that any further at this point. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've been blessed beyond words with some really amazing people in my first world who have taken the time to allow me in their world and be great friends to me and introduce me to some really amazing, like-minded, nice people that share the vision that Toby had to allow me basically the closure that I need as far as Toby and what his vision was for his channel. And I can't have that back. Toby isn't going to get to complete that journey, and I don't want to be a ghost hunter, so it's not my journey to complete. But I would love to see closure on the places that he didn't get to finish. And a lot of these people are allowing that for me to be able to put it in its proper place, and I'm grateful for that every day. And for any of you doubters, haters, trolls, clout goblins, any of you people who wonder about that, it isn't about subs, and it isn't about popularity, and it isn't about, you know, who knew who or any of that crap, because I'm not gaining anything. I didn't ask any of these content creators for anything in return, and you can ask any single one of them. I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm not getting subs. I'm not getting clout. I'm not getting money. God knows, I don't need money. I'm not getting anything out of it other than friends. And I made it pretty clear to Wolf and Hound when they came over the first time that I didn't want anything from them other than I need friends. So please be my friend. And I'm not looking for nothing. So that's what I'm about. You know, believe it or not, hate me or not, like me or not, that's Lori's world. So I appreciate you listening to updates. I'm excited. I'm going to be around. The best place to find me on YouTube, if you're looking, if I don't have a previous commitment, is Wednesday nights. Exploring with Sam Jr. does game night. We've been doing that on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Wolf and Hound do their lives on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I hop around between Eli and Jaxx's interviews, which I believe are on Thursdays, sometimes on Saturdays. And then various other people do live chats that I like to go into, but I don't know that they're scheduled on any specific date. It's hard because a lot of people schedule things on conflicting dates or corresponding dates, or when they can schedule time based on their schedules, which is fine. And I try to hop into as many people's as I can. And I love finding new channels to watch when I have time. And I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, definitely look for me Wednesday lives. Wolf and Hound, I'm usually there if I don't have anything conflicting. Patty's Adventures, I go to her lives. I think she does Fridays. Most of the time she does Fridays. But don't quote me if I'm wrong. And then Purple Crayons does daytime stuff. So I'm usually around. You can usually find me. And if not, definitely look me up. You know, if you're interested in just chit-chatting about stuff, or if you got an idea for a podcast, or if there's just something that you want to talk about, I'm usually around. So it's always cool. But yeah, so until then, you guys, thanks for listening to my update. I appreciate all of you so very much. Just trying to figure out my life, because God knows I really don't know what direction it's going to take. But until then, make sure you guys all just be a good human. Wash your fucking hands. And I'll see you guys very soon. Love y'all.